Hello and welcome. Vic City Report. Ian here, of course. I thought today we would take a little bit of a deep dive. These are three projects that will be going up for their bylaw hearing to go to public hearing. Essentially, we're about to go to where we can really see if these projects are going to get passed or if they're going to face opposition from the public. So this is kind of these are about to enter the stage where we'll actually really get to have our say as citizens on them. And I think for that alone, it's probably a good thing to look at. I joked in episode 1 there, I showed maps of where these were, so I thought I wouldn't be such a lazy fuck and actually get you the pictures of what they look like, because some of these are, well, let's let's take a look before I ruin any surprises there. Okay. Without further ado, we'll start it off 356 Harbor Road. So this is right in Dockside Greens. This, of course, was the application that is ready to proceed to a public hearing and proposes to allow a distillery, brewery, and accessory liquor store. Fuck me again with liquor store for retail public use. Pretty cool looking building. What is this? This has got to be the back we're looking at here. I think. Yeah, Probably should have kept the tags. I will in the description. I'll actually have the documents for this. Big thank you to Aryze, the developers of this. They actually have a really great website that you can even, they've got a forum for you to comment on it if you have anything you want to say about it. And do you want, honestly, I really love the direction they're taking, not only architecturally, but how they're approaching the conversations we need to have around developments. And good on them. So please do check out their link. I'll put it in the description below for this one. And honestly, as you can see, it's a pretty cool building. It's in a modern part of town. They actually, even the documents for this, well worth a look. They show the context. So you can see how they're kind of telling the story of how it might be okay to have a building that's this kind of blocky and bricky right there on the kind of on Harbor Road there. But it'll actually kind of fit quite well with that section of Dockside Greens. Dockside Greens, who knows? But yeah, so I've got a few more shots of it here. Is cool kind of shot of the front. I fucking hate the models they used for this, like these, like the hipster add-on pack for the 3D model. It's kind of killing me a little. Of course, like architects love to show people and what the movement of it is going to be like. I do fortunately have a bit of an imagination, so I don't need that. But yeah, it's kind of cool to add the scale. It's cool to see the sea in. I think it's very, like, you think about Vancouver Island Brewery, very similar aesthetic to what they've got. I love the brushed, I'm going to say patinaed steel, it almost looks like. Could have checked and read and seen what that was. It's in their guide, but I'm lazy. A little worried about the concrete on the left. It's just kind of like a bit of a brutalist look. Which I kind of like, to be honest, but I love how that looks when it's wet. It's one of my favorite things to kind of see when the rain starts and it kind of changes color. It's the beauty of the concrete is magical. Yeah, so I'm weird like that, so I'll be looking forward to how this one looks. I have a feeling it'll go through. I think Dockside will be pretty positive. I believe it's Marydale Cider that is looking to be the distillery and the brew house. So, yeah, kind of a cool addition. I think, great for tourism, great for that part of Vic West, right on the bike lane, lots of cycling infrastructure to make it easy and fun stop. 10 out of 10. I think Aryze is doing great stuff. Please do check out their website and see the other photos they have. I'd love to comment, though, quickly on this one. Where the fuck is that lens flare from? Yeah, don't think we really need a lens flare in our renderings. I also hate how this rendering is out of context. I know it would be a lot more work to draft in the other buildings, but just adding them as blocks in the background can help kind of see. This thing looks like a massive 4-story structure where it is next to another 4-story structure. There's a 13 structure, I believe, behind with the condos. Point Hope Shipyard is like 2 stories itself. So I think the context of the area actually it looks better than it does when you kind of see it out on the open here by itself. But hey, cool development all in all. Have to say I'm like pretty stoked on this one. I think they've done a good job, and I assume it'll go through pretty well. But yeah, check out the info. Talk to Aryze. I believe that's actually their Instagram. But yeah, great folks, cool developer. Kind of I think deserves our support in a lot of ways. Here we are. Yes, another view. See, this is another. You can see the context kind of lacking. Looks to be some chemtrails in the sky there, so we got to worry about that. I didn't know these buildings were coming with chemtrails. Worries me greatly. Yeah, but cool project. This I assume, yeah, this got to be the back or the side of the building. It's confusing. I really should have labeled them. Really should have. Actually, I guess that's gonna be facing the side. Huh, who knows? We'll see. I should have taken a better look. We can all look later. Cool. Next up, 2910 Shelbourne. This one was the application is ready to proceed to a public hearing and propose to rezone the property to build 6-unit townhouse. Funny enough, when I was talking about this one before, I actually didn't fully understand what this lot was like. So I thought, I think it's hard. A lot of time you just imagine all lots are square or some version of square. This one isn't. Again, a beautiful lens flare in these renderings. For fuck's sakes, developers, why do you put in a lens flare to make it look artistic? It just is not needed. Doesn't, like, this must be real. It must be real. But yeah, that's kind of classic. Also, like, the fucking grass looks kind of shitty here. But yeah, you know what? A nice rendering. They probably paid a pretty penny for that one. But yeah, so funny enough, I look at the lot and I was like, what? Thank you, City Victoria, for letting me steal your documents. Link to this set of documents is in the description below. But yeah, I think it kind of helps add a bit of context to the area. So you can see, you can actually, funny enough, you can see how close Saanich is there. But yeah, so right on that edge of Shelbourne, almost backing onto Scott Street, a very strange right angled lot. So I can imagine the neighbors probably don't love this one. So it might have a bit of a rougher going at public hearing. Also, like, if I wish I had a way to point for you right now, but the houses that are kind of just to the north and also just on the, what is that, the east, I always worry when you see something like that. Like, you've got a lot of residents in a dense area, so there's a real chance of a lot of people getting together and saying, I don't like this, which of course worries me. But then again, if you look at the size, that 2923 lot is very pretty big there, and that 2918 2924, same kind of thing, like big already townhouse units. So tough stuff going down on Shelburne here. Um, I can only imagine the Vancouver effect happening in places where we see this 2852, 2848, 2844 there. Those are like, reminds me so much of when you're driving down those artery, like your Cambie and your Oak in Vancouver right now, and the lots are getting bought up and get built into huge condo developments that stretch the kind of block. So it's interesting to see the way the lots are separated there. And you really wonder how this 2910 lot came to be in its triangle. I bet there's some cool land use planning history there of what was there one day. Yeah, I wonder, someone should maybe check that soil out. I wonder if there's like a gas station or something there one day. But yeah, so here is kind of a better look at what they're planning. Pretty cool looking townhouses. Compare that to the one to the right, and just how much more modern that aesthetic is. Kind of cool. The rooftop gardens. Those will probably be a pretty penny, those houses. I do worry. Oops. Oops. I do worry a bit about that building on the south there, just how close that wall line is. So I imagine that neighbor's not too stoked right now. But nice setback on the front, not bad on the back. It'll be interesting to see how this one goes. Maybe an interesting one to follow. To be honest, I really like how this looks. Um, Again, though, like, I worry. Like, you think about the whole people who own a townhouse, they want to own a car. You just know. But so you can imagine there's probably parking for like at least one car for each one. But yeah, a bit of a tough one. It'll be interesting to see how this one goes forwards. I didn't actually check to see who the developer was on this one. I probably should have. But yeah, kind of a cool project. Be one to definitely keep a lookout on. And again, in the description, there'll be some more info about their full plans. And yeah, please, great things to comment on. If you email the city early about it, you're just getting your voice out there. You can holler at the developer, tell them what you think. You never know, because like you'll see, sometimes that does have an effect. So 3031 Jackson. Um, I didn't even look at this one when I was first talking about it. It was the one where it is going to public hearing, proposed to construct 8 attached dwelling units within 3 buildings. So that was that one where I joked about how I couldn't figure out how the math was going to work. And I'm kind of happy I did look at it because it's pretty interesting how this math works. Also, look at the sheer size of that 1120 Summit Avenue lot. That seems to also be part of 3045, and there's no border there. So that's interesting. But yes, this 3031 lot is massive. That's a big piece of land. So, first off, the original proposal looks like here it was for 10. So you can kind of imagine now that we've looked at, you can kind of see the layout there, and then you can kind of see how they, yeah, you can kind of see like what it is. So the two in the back. Um, this, of course, was the previous one. So uh, it, as you can imagine, I don't think people were too stoked on having 10 neighbors. So then they've taken it down to 8. So increase the setback on that back, kind of giving that backyard there. Pretty interesting though. Couple parking spaces. You see like 12, 13. It looks like might be spaces. But yeah, so the math is strange. So it's four houses as one. So that'd be like one big house with 4 suites, and then two twos. So kind of interesting. So that's kind of, you can kind of imagine the layout. I've got a picture here. Oh, 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 oh my. Now, I don't want to be mean to anyone, specifically McNeil Building Designs Limited, but when we look, this is 5678. And yeah, hmm, pretty pretty easy for me to decipher. This is almost why I like plain architectural drawings as opposed to those kind of fancy dancy renderings, is because I don't need a lens flare to tell me that this is horrendously ugly. I can pretty much see that it is horrendously ugly from here. Yeah, so that's a shame. Do you want to also leave the document list in the description? You can check it out. It even shows like the what the material uses are, and yeah, it doesn't get much better from here. Really doesn't. I did in a little bit of research on this jammer. I did find there is a resident of Jackson Street out there on the old internet, who's done a pretty eloquent write up on how this proposal could be better. And I think, to be honest, I think that was a big reason why it got pushed from 10 units down to 8. That we see now. It was this resident kind of put in the work. So I'll put that in the description as well, that you can kind of take a look and see kind of what it looks like when something is going to be built in your neighborhood and you're a bit unsure about it. To be honest, I think they did a really great job of expressing their opinions, and holy shit, this thing is ugly. Yeah, like I really want there to be more houses in our city and more housing. But yeah, like compare that to what we had over on Shelbourne. Um, and then yeah, we gotta kind of take a look there. But yeah, that's that. So please do check out the info in the description. I'm gonna try and send this episode out for the 6th of September, so you get a nice midweek one. And do know that city council meeting will be at fuck. What time do they start? 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can of course watch it online. And I'm gonna get this out for you where possibly you'll still have time to comment on these. They are going to public hearing, so even if you're to email mayor and council at victoria.ca and include something like 3031 Jackson is the most architecturally uninspiring building I've ever seen, you could totally do that. But yeah, so that is that. I thought we'd take a look at those. Good work. 356 Harbor Road, that's looking really cool. 2910 Shelbourne, pretty cool looking building. 3031 Jackson, yeah, you just keep the faith there. But yeah, thanks everybody who has made it this far. Apologize that our lives are so similar, but God bless you for making it this far. Yeah, questions, of course, questions, comments, concerns, throw them in the comments below. You can, what is it? Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit that up, hit me up, holler. Have a great day, everyone. Yeah, try and watch that city council meeting if you can. Watch the recording, go to it live, email your mayor and council, have your say, make this place better. That's it for me. Cool. Peace.